Why V stinks so much? Why V stinks so much? Stinky V. Stinky V. Stinky V. Stinky V. Hi, chat. Welcome. Hold on. I didn't... I'm incredibly unorganized at the moment. Hi. How are you guys today? I wasn't gonna chat. I was gonna go straight into the game because I wanted to actually... This music feels really loud. Hold on. Is it loud? There you go. That's probably better. You're doing okay? Just okay, Joey? Just okay? So unprofessional. I always tell new people they're always worried about their streams looking professional and stuff. I'm like, if people wanted to watch like a professional show, they would watch a professional show and not like a streamer on Twitch. Brother, I wish I was doing better. No! It's been fun. I gotta go back to work. There we go. I wasn't gonna rant today. I was gonna just, this music's so loud in my brain. Hold on a minute. It's loud in my brain. There we go. It's better. You ever just have that happen when your brain don't want to worky? Yeah, I wasn't gonna rant today. And then I was like on Twitter, as all good things start, and I saw that artists were not going to stream in art anymore when they stream art, and they're gonna stream in just chatting because, for those who don't know, Twitch has updated. Twitter's the root of all evil. Brain no worky is my default. Same though. Because Twitch updated their category covers for art, talk shows, and podcasts, and beauty, body art, and food and drink. And a majority of them are AI. Now, we found out through the internet, spoofing, skaloofing, that the art one is not AI generated. It is an Adobe stock photo of a frame that has been placed on top of a Bob Ross painting with the text in Arial that just says art. So I don't even know if they have licensing for the Bob Ross photo or painting, honestly, but still, it's very lazy. I don't even know why they changed it. The other one was just fine. The food and drink one is absolutely AI. Also, their fitness one is also AI. It's like a corgi running on a treadmill, but that one's AI generated. So it's just, so if I am doing art, which I want to get back into, I will be in the just chatting section. So for those who come in and are like, you're not in art, that's why. Probably had to pay a fee for using the previous ones, maybe. I believe all of these were from Adobe stock though. Because everyone knows Adobe stock is full of garbage AI generated stuff. So that's, so like if I'm doing art and I'm in just chatting, that's why. You know, I never look at categories. That's fine. Why do they change stuff? That's the question. I mean, it makes sense to update stuff just to keep it fresh and new, but to like drop AI on it, like you're just better off leaving it at that point. You know what I mean? That's because all the blood from your brain rushes to that huge dumpy you got. Yeah, so I don't know if it was a licensing thing and like the licensing was up and they needed something like of quote unquote of their own, so they didn't have to pay it. But it's very disappointing. It's like the art one, you can definitely tell it was just some intern that like copied and pasted things on top of each other. I look at categories to point out when it's wrong. I look at categories. I actually use the category tool a lot when I'm looking for streams. They could have done a contest and got art for free. Yeah, that's true too. They literally could have done anything else. I personally don't think Twitch is going to roll back on it. But I don't know. A lot of people are like, there's no point in fighting the AI or like being outraged by the AI anymore, but I feel like it's important to stay outraged or at least like fight it. Like it might be a losing battle, but I don't think it's a positive thing to like roll over and have apathy towards it either. Because it's gonna wear things down faster. You know what I mean? And like, we're seeing it again and again and again that like AI is clearly like subpar. Nah, dude, stay mad. Like, AI is clearly still subpar to human artists. Like, AI writing is still subpar to human writers. AI coding is still subpar to human coders. AI art is still subpar to human art. You know, like, so I think the fact that companies have so much reliance on it is really not good just in general. And I think companies need to know that people don't like that. And it's not even, like, for me, it's not even a matter of, I mean, it is, of, like, not wanting to pay a human being, for their work. But also it's just a shittification of everything. You know what I mean? Like, everything is just getting shittier. Even our advertisements are getting shittier now. You know what I mean? The category covers are now shittier. You know, like, I don't like, I'm over the shittification of things to save a slight profit. Cherry Coraline, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the meat hall. Female Thor, I am a Valkyrie of Valhalla. All stinkier. Yeah, it's big stinky. So, I think that's, you know, like, if you're sitting there and you're like, I don't care if artists get paid, I don't care if artists go under, like, you know, like, AI makes things, you know, available, but, like, you're just accepting the shittification of everything. You know, and I don't think that part's okay either. I like the AI generated article of best 2024 books that had like 6 non-existent books in it. Sometimes, or some major media company did it too. Just made up books. Oh my god. The fact that people generate this stuff and then they just don't even read it. The category text got shittified for what reason? That is the thing that gets me. Arcus brought up a good point that maybe that art was licensed for a certain amount of years and now it was at the point where like it had to be relicensed and they didn't want to pay for that. Is what makes sense to me. But because I'd be like, yeah, it's a refresh, but they all look worse. They all look worse. I'm doing art right now. Let's go. Can you tell me where Thor hangs out? I'll be honest, I haven't seen Thor in a long time. I think he's hiding. Probably playing Fortnite. Why they made it something bad? Who knows? Maybe now, yeah, I chose the most bland choice. I mean, that's the other thing. Like, even if they were... Like, they're so bland. Here, if you guys haven't seen it, let me just get you the art. Let me just get you the art one. The art one is specifically heinous. If you guys haven't seen it. It's just bad. Okay. Like, there it is. That's... What? You know, I don't even necessarily hate the frame and the picture, but like the font, it's like Arial black. Like what? And it doesn't work like a minimalist. It's like minimalist text on top of a hyper complicated frame on top of a hyper detailed painting. What? What? What's the thought process? ChatGPT, how do I replace a guy's heart? Yeah. We are enemies, you know, right? I did not know that. Good news is those people don't pass. We had a couple of them in my college that they flunked out hard. They can fake it only so far. Oh my god. The subliminal messaging here is crazy. I do wonder if they got licensing for the Bob Ross painting though. It does make me wonder. I would like to say they did, but I feel like if you're gonna pay for Bob Ross licensing, you might as well just pay artists to do the thing. I feel like it was some intern that just Googled all this stuff and slapped it together. But yeah, it's really horrible. I'm actually offended looking at it. Like, I'm just offended. They literally could have gone on VGen, found any graphic design artist on VGen, and like paid them $60 and like a small commercial fee to have something like made for them, and it would have looked 9,000 times better. Hey, I bet that is a Bob Ross painting. According to the internet sleuths, it is in fact a Bob Ross painting. So Hey, Grok. I hate now. There'll be like memes on freaking Twitter, and then people underneath will be like, hey, Grok, explain this. And I'm like, if you're too stupid to figure out the meme, just keep scrolling, please. Please. It's for dating advice. I can't drag him again. I'd feel too bad. I can't drag him. You know, V, if you replace chat with bots, we'd be fully psychophantic. I would never make fun of you ever. I don't believe that, though. Grok is the funniest AI so far. It's absolutely garbage, but it's so funny how people hate it and use it for memes. It's... I don't even understand. Or like someone was like, I saw an artist and they had posted something on Twitter, and then someone underneath it was like, hey Grok, is this AI? And I'm like, I hate this. I hate this world. I hate this timeline. I hate this world. I hate everything in it. I'm like, I'm gonna block this person. I'm just gonna I should just block anyone that uses Grok. Zoomers can't not use AI. Man. Like, I've messed around with AI before, right? And it's just, it's not good. Like, if you don't give a shit, right? If you don't give a shit about what you're doing, then it's fine, right? But like, if you actually give a shit, like if you're trying to do something that you give a shit about, and you're like, I'm gonna use AI, it's not good for that. It's not good. It's bad. It's like it's I don't even know how to explain it. It's just like the details of stuff, like something that a human being would pick up on, you know, like it doesn't pick up on that stuff. It's a fun novelty to mess around with it just to see what it can do, but that's about it. Yeah, you know what psychotic thing that young people now do? They all share the location of their phones with one another all day, every day. Yeah, that's weird. I've hold on, I have to sneeze. It's crazy. My brother and his fiance are like that. I can understand if you're like if you live in an area that's not maybe. Was the internet good before AI? It was better. I'm not turning on my location. I have my location off. No, it was different. Yeah, it was different. I don't know. So like, here's the thing, right? I was the internet age type, like when it was fresh and new, except for I had dial-up. So like, I couldn't be on the weird stuff a lot of people were on when it was like, quote unquote, the Wild West. So like, I didn't have that experience for me, but I mean, like, I got to get on Newgrounds at friends' house and stuff, but like now it's so sanitized and like it's functional and everything, but I can't imagine being like a kid in this. You know what I mean? Like, everything's so blasted with ads now, but not in like the funny pop-up, like 9,000 pop-ups way. You know what I mean? Like, my favorite thing to do would be like, if I knew I knew the trick before my friends did, so I knew not to do it, but like sending your friend who has dial-up to like those shitty pop-up sites, so they get 9,000 pop-ups, but their computer like pretty much freezes up trying to pop them all up and load them, so they pretty much tank your computer for at least 3 hours unless you break the internet. Sanitize? I have to scroll past so many horrible things. Like what? And then the kids will hand off their phones to other people so they can trick their friends into thinking they were somewhere else in case anyone checks. That's weird. Bro, if I would... Phones are like $1,000. If I had a kid and my kid was giving their phone to their friends for a funny haha joke, I would lose my fucking mind. You just handed $1,000 This idiot child handed $1,000 to another idiot child for a funny haha joke. No. No way. Nokia bricks. That's what's gonna, yeah, you wanna do some dumb shit, you get a Nokia brick. $30. You can buy track phone cards for it. You can text your friends, learn T9. No internet. Not as a funny haha, because you'll get interrogated as to why did I see you there. Turn off your location then. Don't hand your $1,000 mini computer to your idiot friends. Stupid idiots. Buttholes, duh. Well, I don't know what part of the internet you are on, Buddha, but like if you want to find the buttholes, you will in fact find the buttholes. You can't. You'll get interrogated about that then. Maybe find some new friends. I don't know. That's not healthy. That's controlling. Or just not have a phone. Also a possibility. Meowdy, tomcats, queens, and in-betweens. Praise Freya, queen of the Valkyries, ruler of the fields of Folk... I can never say that. Folkvign. I can never say it. This is so unfair. Twin sister Freyr. Via's doing old auntie talk now. It's $1,000! This isn't me. This is just behavior I've learned through my mother, who teaches high school. I can't imagine being a high schooler and having my friends get pissed at me because I was someplace I said I wasn't. Like, fuck off. You know what I mean? Holy shit. I would not survive in high school. I don't think I'd have any friends. I didn't have friends in high school anyway, but like, I don't think I would have them now either. But where's your feathered cloak? Hold up. It's here, I got it. I saw you at Fubi's house yesterday. Why didn't you invite us? Yeah. Bro, that'd be weird. But I feel like these kids do it willingly. I don't know. Kids are weird. I don't understand how they function. I'm not even gonna pretend. I'm not even gonna pretend to understand that. That looks cozy. It is cozy. It's very cozy. I haven't used it in a while. I should have used it all winter. Now it's getting warm out. Quote unquote. You're the real deal, Valkyrie. Yeah, let's go. Everyone in my high school had MySpace or Facebook and cell phones. I had Grass. Is there T9 on Grass? Kid on the train the other day asked me if I knew Skibidi Toilet. I still have not been exposed to Skibidi Toilet, and I'm okay with that. I'm okay with staying unexposed to the toilet man. There's memes that I get exposed to where I'm like, I don't need this in my life, but I get exposed to it anyway, or like I'll look it up out of morbid curiosity. But Skibidi Toilet is not one of them. I have not had the urge to expose myself to that. Please over Skibidi Toilet. It's brain rot. Also, I've never owned a phone that costs more than $200. My phone is expensive. I have an expensive phone. I will not. I have two expensive phones actually. But it's a little different. I'm actually really mad because I have my regular phone's it's a Samsung Galaxy S21 Pro? Is that what I have? But the whole point of it is because it came with the S Pen, the stylus, and I could put Clip Studio Paint on my phone and then transfer stuff from my computer to my phone to my iPad and blah 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 blah. So then I could draw on my phone, and the S Pen actually works really nice on the phone. It was actually like a good experience, shockingly enough. And then Ramen ate my S Pen. Just gnawed the shit out of it. And I can't use it anymore. It doesn't work. And I've just never replaced it because when I was going to replace it, Samsung was not selling them. They were out of stock. And I didn't want to get a, like off-brand one because I didn't know if they would work well or not. So and it's been, like, 3 years and I just haven't replaced it. Wow, V has money. I financed it, to be completely honest with you. And the phone I had before that was an S7. So I held on to my old phone for a very long time. Ramen is good. I prefer on second thought, I think I should only mention chili ramen. My favorite type of ramen is chicken. She put it on, let me date this layaway. Wow. I did not put it on layaway. Thank you. I'm not 90 years old with a Kmart account. Thank you. Actually, Samsung S Pen. I just want to see how much if I get a Samsung S Pen, if I can buy them now. They're $100. That's probably another reason why I didn't get one. It's so expensive. I hate my cat. Layaway. It wasn't on layaway. Burf ramen. Kind of awkward to say that my favorite ramen is spicy chicken to a chicken VTuber. I love chicken. I love eating chicken. I got chickens. They're in my backyard. I eat chicken. It's okay. We're cannibals. It's part of the deal. It's part of the shtick, you know? Oh my god, beef vermin. Finance time. Oh, actually, that brings up the other thing. So Klarna is going under. Klarna going are they going bankrupt? Buy now, pay later pitfalls. Many consumers aren't paying loans. I don't know what they thought was going to happen. Klarna losses widen after more consumers fail to repay loans. So basically, for those who don't know, in Asgard, I was in the finance sector, so the stuff is like specifically interesting to me. So Klarna is one of those things that are like buy now, pay later. So when you're like purchasing something online and it's like, you know, instead of paying 150 bucks, pay over like $25 over the next 6 weeks, right? That's like Klarna. With no interest. So they make their money off of fees and then processing fees from the companies that put them on their website. But the thing is people are like financing like the stupidest shit, like pizza, burritos, shoes, because they can't afford to pay for them all at one time, and then they just never pay their little loan back, and they never pay the fees. So now Klarna is just stuck at a loss paying for all this stuff and not having people pay them back. Because, fun fact, I believe there's a minimum to take people to small claims court to get this money back, for Klarna to go get money back from these people, right? If you just don't pay the loan back. I don't even know if it hits your credit. I don't know if these even hit your credit. So like, let's say I owe Klarna $100 and then they keep tacking on fees and everything. If it costs them to pay a lawyer $300 an hour to take me to small claims court to get that money back, they're still at a loss. They're at a bigger loss than if they just didn't bother going after me. It's so funny. They've literally fucked themselves. Afterpay's gonna get nailed too, I bet. Especially now that Klarna is going under and people are realizing they don't have to pay their stuff back. I feel like this is gonna, the bubble has popped. People are gonna start buying stuff with no intention of ever paying it back. Finance section of Asgard? How many dwarves were in that section? I didn't really work with any dwarves specifically, but I knew they were there. I had to call them a few times. Did you know that this exact same thing happened in like the first 4 credit cards to be launched? That doesn't surprise me. They just sell the debt over to a collections agency though. You know what? Hold on. Because that makes sense, but I feel like... Hold on, I'm reading, guys. I'm not quiet. I can't talk and read at the same time. Okay, so, okay, that's what's going, okay. Klarna does not report to credit bureaus. So technically, if you never paid your Klarna stuff off, it wouldn't affect your credit. However, like Dev said, Klarna can sell that debt to a debt collection agency, which will then hit your credit. Based on the idea that some customers won't pay on time, leading to late fees or potential debt collection. Klarna emphasizes that they prioritize working directly with customers to resolve outstanding balances and do not typically use bailiffs or enforcements. Sorry. Be like Thor, not like Odin. I wonder, I never really figured out how selling debt works. Like, how do you make money from that? How do you make money from selling debt? Because I had my student loans sold a couple times. Debt buyers make money when they collect enough of the debt that you have purchased to offset what they paid the original credit for. Because debt buyers typically purchase debt for pennies on the dollar, every recovery at all might represent a profit. Oh. Okay, so even if Klarna sells the debt, if it's like $150 in debt, the buyer's probably only going to pay like $15 from the sounds of it. So like Klarna's not completely out, but they're still not like, it's not a one-for-one. You get the cash infusion immediately instead of potentially losing it forever. This is crazy. I never looked into debt buying. Man, what a rabbit hole to go down. What happens when you sell debt? The creditor will sell your debt to a collection agency for less than the face value, and the collection agency will try to collect the full debt from you. If you owe a debt, act quickly, preferably before it's sold to a collection agency. Interesting. I wonder if it sounds like Klarna won't sell your debt if you are like making some payments. So like if you just made like $1 payment a week, if they would keep your debt. I used to work for a collection agency. It's insane how much money those places make. That's crazy. I had no idea. And usually banks sell like millions of dollars in debts at once. Right, well that was why, okay, so that's the confusion, right? Is like, right, banks will sell like massive amounts, but if you're Klarna, you have like millions of people with tiny debts. So like, do they sell it as like a lump sum, or do they sell everyone's tiny debts like separately? Have you ever see the woman that paid the minimum on her student loans? Me? Does anyone not pay the minimum? What kind of rich... Arcus. I was like, what kind of rich motherfucker pays more than the minimum on their student loans? Who can afford that? If you buy the debt, can you relieve someone from their payments? I think technically, but as a business, it wouldn't make much sense to do that. And you can't just like you can't walk in and be like, I want to buy so-and-so's debt. No, she paid the minimum and still had them after 15 years. Was it? Well, what was the term of the loan? Like, if the term of the loan was 15 years, that makes sense. Or like 30 years? Fuck if I know. Yeah, see that's the thing. It doesn't, so I originally, when I took my student loans out, I had a 10-year loan. So if I made minimum payments, my loans were gonna last 10 years. Hello, Dan. So they're always gonna be 10 years. But I refinanced at some point because I had lost my job and I wasn't working and I couldn't find another job. So I refinanced my student loan so that it was a 30-year loan. So my minimum payment was like a third of what it was. However, if I only ever made the minimum payment, the loan was going to last 30 years. That's the term of the loan, so that's super normal. So if you have a 15-year loan or a 30-year loan and you only make the minimum payments, it will last 30 years. Problem is, you can't usually buy a whole thing in debt. Usually you're buying like 25% of one person's debt. Yeah. And you're going to pick up all that interest. Yeah. Now, like, and a lot of this stuff I can only talk about, like, in the US. I don't know how credit systems work in other countries. But when I was doing finances, I will tell people that, like, sometimes if they can refinance large loans so that their payments are lower, but continue making the same size payments, it'll save them money in the long run, because technically you're going from like a 5-year loan to a 10-year loan, but all that extra on your payments going straight to principal. And if an emergency happens and you can't afford to keep making those payments, you can back down to the minimum payment and at least not have it hit your credit, and it's easier to survive that way. So it's like a double whammy safety net. I get a hefty annual bonus every year, and it's so difficult for me not to just dump it in my student loan each year, but I'm using it to save for a house. Yeah, that's hard. Don't know how euros work. They use Impossible to translate things. Financial advice from Valhalla Savings and Loans. That was my favorite part of the job, was figuring out how to, like, make people's, like, situations easier. This stream is financial advice, by the way. I would love to just talk about this kind of stuff on stream, but it would be difficult because there's a lot of laws and stuff involved, and it would only be able to be applied to US. Yeah. We should absolutely do what the yellow woman says. Well, it's just like, so, okay, so here's the thing, right? If you're working in financing, like in like community banking and things like that, right? They're always like, sell loans, 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 credit cards, loans, credit cards, loans, credit card, loans, because that's where the bank makes their money, right? I hated that part. I hated that. I hated it so much. I hated the idea of just getting people in debt for like the sake of like keeping my job, right? But there's people where like debt absolutely helps them. And normally it's those people that already have a shit ton of debt. And 200% interest. Cause like I had a customer once, and they had like, what was it? It was like 34 credit cards out. I'm not making this up. This is actually what happened. They had like 34 open credit cards, and a majority of them were maxed out. And they somehow never missed a payment on any of the cards, and I still don't know how that happened. That was a lot of payments, and they're only making the minimum payment, right, on each credit card. So it would have taken them like 45 years to pay off all that debt if they never racked up the credit cards again, right? Rich people. I don't think like the guy had a good job. If they didn't have any debt, they would have been sitting pretty, but so much money went to their debt that they were kind of struggle busing. So then what we did is I did a consolidation loan for them, which took all their credit card debt and put it into a singular loan. And we closed all but 2 of those credit cards. And then their interest rate was lower because it's a secured line of credit and it's not a revolving line of credit. And they only had one payment to make. And the payments were lower than if you added all 34 credit card payments up at once. And then I think we had to make it like a 15-year loan to make the payments lower. But, you know, so like instead of having 45 years of paying interest, they now had 15 years of paying a smaller payment. That was significantly easier to manage. My roommate wanted her boyfriend to move in with us when I had my first apartment. Landlord said no because the man had 0 credit rating. Not no credit rating. It had a fucking 0. I don't think you can have a 0. Well, imagine you take all your payments as debt, move over your paychecks into investments. Yeah, that's true. That's fuck payday loans. Absolutely. Do that for 5-ish years and you have $250,000 in investments. Yeah, it's true. Can you have a 0 credit? I don't know. Can you have a 0 credit score? No, you cannot have a 0 credit score. The lowest possible credit score for widely used models like FICO and Vantage score is 300. If you don't have a credit score, it usually means you don't have enough credit history for the score to be calculated. Apparently, some places when you run it will say 0 if there is no credit score, though. What happens if you have 0 credit score? You may find it difficult to take out credit products. With a ton of debt, obviously, but hey, you're living like a billionaire. Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Typically, bad credit is considered harder to overcome than no credit. What the fuck you need 2 credit cards for? I have several credit cards. I only like regularly use one though. You definitely aren't getting on the leaderboard. But I use my credit cards for rewards. Ghost credit. Yeah. I use it for rewards. I like to stack rewards. In his case, I think it said it was the lowest it could possibly be. Well, still something. Yeah, so that's probably like a 300. That's horrific though. That is, you have to try to get like a 300 credit score. You have to like actively try. Like, it's not hard to get a low credit score in like the 400s, but like to get a 300, I feel like you had to like punch a bank, like a banker or like something. Like you had to actively try to get it that low. Man took out a loan on a car, never made any payments on it, then lost the car. Oh my god. Wait, can you repo an impounded car? Hold up, hold on. We just, oh my god. Okay, hold on. Can the bank repo a car that has been impounded? That's such a good question. To answer your question, okay, wait. Yes, a car in impound can still be repossessed by a bank or lender if the loan agreement specifies that impoundment constitutes a default. Oh! Dig up and fornicate with Joey, what? Honestly, it'd be better to put your paychecks into retirements while taking on some debt than once you get to a pretty healthy nest egg, you live by borrowing against your own retirements. Yeah, that's what we always try to, like, people who actually have money, that's what they would do. They would borrow against their own investments. Or, depending on how interest rates were and how the investments were doing, we would have them take out a loan, but then have their investments, like, automatically pay the loan off every month. So they didn't actually have to do anything because they'd still be making more money on the investments than if they just took that money out. Ways to get $300 credit score. And I thought, well, if I can't drive it, surely I don't have to make the pay. Oh my god. Financial education is so important, and we really need to make it more widely available to people. We really do. I really wish bankers, like, that's the thing, right? People, well, that's kind of the issue now, though, is so many people can get loans online and there's not like a banker sitting in front of them to like explain the fine details. Essentially, having a savings account is the worst thing for you. Yeah. Nowadays. Even CDs are shit. To be fair to the man. He was fucking brain dead. No amount of financial education would save this human being. V, what should I do with the large pile of money under my mattress? If you feel like you absolutely need to keep it under your mattress, at least put it in a fireproof box. Because I had a customer come in once and she had $15K in a shoebox underneath her bed and her house burned down. And so not only did she lose her house, but that was like her life savings. So, you know, just with a key, I've had a different customer whose son was taking money out of her shoebox money and replacing it with counterfeit. So she almost got arrested because she had like 5K in counterfeits she was trying to deposit. Her money literally went poof. Yeah. You don't have to put it in a bank. I get why people don't trust banks, but at least secure it in a significant manner. If it's in a fireproof box, then it makes it better. You know what I mean. I was on a job site where some day labor walked off with a shoebox containing $2 million in cash. Oh my god. Wait, how do you fit $2 million in cash in a shoebox? Hold on, doing mental math. So, okay, so we need 10. No, you would need 100. I don't think you can fit $2 million in cash in a shoebox. I don't even think you could fit 100. You could maybe fit 100,000 in a shoebox if it was all hundreds. No, I don't even think you could fit 100,000 in a shoebox. If it was all hundreds. Big feet. Mostly certificates? Well, then it wouldn't be cash. What's the biggest bill you'll issue? The biggest bill in the US is 100. Our hundo bills are the biggest bill in circulation in the United States. It used to be, I believe, in 1890s, we had $500 certificates, which were not something that was in circulation for the standard public to use. It was used for transferring money between banks to reduce weight, because it was difficult to move that much money around when you don't have like a motorized vehicle available. I believe they started using that like Old West, but I believe in the 1890s is kind of when they got phased out. But it's okay. Maybe it was some kind of unsecured certificate. That could be. That makes more sense. We had 100,000 bills, not in circulation for the general populace, though. Yeah, but it was more for banks. Thanks, Dev, for backing me up here. You gotta think. Oh, I can do a bank swoosh. You gotta think, if you're pulling a horse-drawn carriage, money gets very heavy very fast. What I do is fun, okay? Either way, it just got marked and put in a pile with the rest of his crap, and he flipped shit. Oh my god, that's terrifying. Hi, Jester. That horse better be yanking gold bars. Much like the $500 note, platinum pieces in D&D are used as currency almost exclusively by financial institutions, businesses, and adventurers. Yeah! Yeah! No, and the only reason why I know this is because I was a vault teller I liked being a vault teller. But you realize how big money gets, and it's like, I'm trying to figure out, I think I can tell you guys this. Like, when so the first branch I worked at, we had a much smaller vault. So like the shipments, can I tell you guys this? Yeah, maybe, probably. Money gets very big. Yeah, so like we'd have to use these huge bags just to ship out like $250,000 because the bills would be huge. Now granted, that wasn't just like hundreds. Like if we had too many 20s, those would go out too. We always had too many 20s. We can be trusted with how deep. I think as long as I don't go into any specifics, it wasn't really something that was like super duper locked down, but you know, I don't trust some of you. I can see some of you robbing a bank. I can see at least 2 of you in chat robbing a bank. How much are the king's shillings worth? I have no idea. You'll have to ask Trebor that one. But yeah, like we'd have to use the large bags for the 250,000. Did you ever get stuck up at the teller window? I have never been stuck up. When I was working at my first branch, there was our sister branch, which was down the road from us. They were robbed. And it was supposed to be, so our branch was the one that was supposed to be robbed. But the 2 guys were high on meth and they took a wrong turn and ended up at the other branch, is what we were told. So, but it was a note pass. It's very rare nowadays to have like the big stick up type robberies. It's almost always a note pass. That's why I get nervous. I would always get nervous when people walked up with like paper that wasn't like a deposit slip. They're like, why you got that paper for? What are you doing? What are you up to? I thought they had mostly patched out bank robberies. I will say, yeah, they have. I will say the two guys were very high on methamphetamines. So I don't know if their choices were well thought out. That, and they wrote their note on stationery from the hotel they were staying at. So I don't know if their thought processes were super coherent at that point in time. I love how in Payday 2, they make a point to say Payday Gang doesn't rob anyone but large financial institutions or other criminals. Then in the bank robbery missions, you can rob people's safety deposit boxes. It's in the large financial institution. I'm trying to think if I ever found anything weird in the safety deposit box. We would have to do this thing every year where, like, we'd have to break open a certain amount of safety deposit boxes because people hadn't paid for 7 years. So we would break the locks and then pull the stuff out and then, like, add new locks back in so we could, like, resell it to somebody else. You can also dome hostages in P82, so yeah, but we never found anything like super weird in those. I was like, one day I was like, oh man, what if we found a hand? And then like the locksmith just turned around slowly and stared at me. I was like, what? What if we did though? How much Nazi gold did you find? I didn't find any Nazi gold. ADHD moment. Did you guys know without any bonuses, it would take you 10 years to actively watch a V stream to even be able to afford free commission redeem? Thanks, Deb. Yeah, but the game actually punished. I just did the math. That's neat. Thanks. Wow, very cool. I'm at 38,000. Let's go. That's not right. The thing is every time someone commissions me through that, it goes up by 50,000 points. Dev's dumb. Why is Dev dumb? How are you sure that's not right? You get more points the more you chat though. 105k baby. Or if you have like a tier, if you have a sub you get more, but if you have like a tier 3 sub you get even more. Yeah, you get points more often if you chat. So like you automatically get like yeah, but you're subbed, Buddha. It's been 5 years, Buddha. Yes, that's a punishment. If you don't believe me, take $5 from me. See how fast I'm... That's how you get Dan to visit you. You have to take his $5. It's been 5 years, Buddha, and you're halfway there. I think Dev might be correct. What was I saying now? I don't remember what I was saying. Oh yeah, if you're like a tier 3. Oh, if you're chatting more, so like the base is like 50 or something like that, but then like if you chat more, it shows up more. There's a lot of variables. Do like all the math. No, wait, don't tell them. Dev, it's supposed to convince people to come to the stream because just coming out and hanging out with me is not enough. Okay? I need to reel them in with promises of stuff. Free stuff if they show up to stream. Obviously, that's what I'm doing. Yeah, she's lame, but her art's pretty cool. Yeah, and I don't even do that anymore. So it's like, why are you even here? Why are you guys here right now? I'm not even drawing. Need more gambling opportunities? I wanted to do I'm just saying the cost of getting rid of a civvy is less than the cost of getting extra medic big place in a seedy motel. The yap, honestly. I did once save up for a VSMR that I got on the back of high stakes pooling. Ooh. I thought the bottom dropped out of my coffee cup. I was gonna freak out. Because you said we're going to Rogue Trader. We are going to Rogue Trader. I don't think I can invest 10 years of V, guys. No. Not many can. I have a strong personality. Not many people can handle this, alright? Not many people are strong enough for this. It's a long-term, low-yield bond? That's so rude! Wow! Holy shit! But when you get your principal back, you also get some art. You guys are so mean to me. You're right. I'm replacing you all with bots. You're all being mean to me. You're all being mean right now. Okay, but the streamer stock market would be pretty neat. I think it would make a lot of people sad. I think a lot of people would take it personally. But it would be nice to have some investment. You know what I mean? You guys can invest in the V stock market. I think that's how crypto scams started, Deb. Primarily, the streamers would get sad. Like the ones that don't get any support, you know, they don't get bought, they'd be sad. Oh yeah, we turned into a crypto scam so fast. Guys, I'm an NFT now. Please buy me. But only one of you. Fight over it. V-Coin went, damn it. The rug pull. I don't even know how that works, to be honest with you. Is that, do they just like, does a person just make a coin and be like, guys, this is a coin now? And then people buy the coin and then they just stop selling the coin? And they keep the money? Is that how that works? Dev stock has to keep fucking merging stock. Yeah, anyone can mint a coin. You just shut it down after people invest in it. That's literally it? That's it? So you sell people literally nothing and then just turn it off once you've made enough money. Is that how that works? Am I in the wrong business? You sell people nothing and then they're like, yes. It's an out and out scam, yes. Damn. Why do people keep falling for it? Like, why are crypto bros still a thing? You'd think they'd be like, you know what? This ain't worth it. This ain't good. Because tulip mania is a real thing. Because what if this isn't this time? You're telling me I can screw over a couple idiots on the internet and then have enough money to buy a house with a yard that I can put a bigger chicken coop in? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're informing me? Is that what's happening? It's just that simple? I just need a down payment. I don't even need the full amount. Only if you're a celebrity to begin with. I'm a niche micro internet celebrity. You could also just sell chicken eggs. They're not of egg age yet. I was almost late for the stream today because I was rubbing their tummies outside. Think about the ROI of chicken eggs. I don't know if I'm gonna sell chicken eggs. I don't really want, maybe to like neighbors if they want to, but I'm not gonna like go out of my way to sell chicken eggs, I don't think. And if I do, it's gonna be like just enough to pay for like feed and stuff, so the chickens are kind of like paying for themselves. I don't want to like make a profit. I don't want to bother with that. And cash only. Keep the feds away. Keep the feds away from my chickens. Be gone, fed. Oh my god. Wait, what if I got that flork? Hold on. What if I got that flork doormat and I put it right outside the chicken coop? And then that would be like the chickens are saying it. That would be so funny though. So there's like a free commission redeem, but the commission's for what? Art? Yes, I'm an artiste. I do art. Just not right now. I'm taking a break. My brain's not in art mode right now. They would shit on it? They wouldn't shit on it if it's outside the coop. Because they don't go... Well, eventually I'm gonna... Once I, like, whittle it down to only 4 chickens instead of 8 chickens, I plan on letting them outside the coop more because it's a lot easier to control 4 chickens versus 8 chickens. I don't know... One of them made chicken sounds this morning. Oh, guys! One of them made, like, straight up, like, bark, 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 chicken sounds today. I don't know which one it was. I was walking up to the coop to, like, let them out. And I was at the door. And it was, like... And I heard them... Bark, 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 and it didn't sound great. It sounded more like a squeaky door or a squeegee. But it was... Bark, 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 and I was like, oh, chicken. It wasn't a little peeper sound. It was like chicken sound. I'm asking for Jeff from Marvel Rivals wearing your model's outfit. Shark. V, you only have 2 arms. And I can hold 2 chickens in each arm. Right now they just sit on my arms like roosts. I have a really cute picture of them roosting. I can show you guys. Hold on. Let me get it to my dump site here. Give me a moment. Oh my gosh, why is this so hard? It's so difficult. We will play Rogue Trader soon. I'm just yapping. Here we go. It's not all of them. They're all on the, like, the very, very top one last night. It was very, very cute. It was just a bunch of butts. And I had to tickle them. That sounds gross when I say it out loud. It's just a bunch of fuzzy butts. You know what I mean? Alright, here. Just a bunch of fuzzy butts. Here we go. Yeah, chicken. Yeah, that's what they were roosting. Also, I have to clean this today or tomorrow. More probably today. But like, look, they like straight up just like are I know we were talking about this in the Discord about how I somehow have managed to train multiple animals to shit on walls, but they're straight up do be shitting on the walls. I don't know how or why it got there, but there it is. They're just shitting on the walls. Oh. But yeah, that's them roosting. That's so Burgers is in the back. 10 years. What does that mean? No, it won't take 10 years. High pressure water. So that's Burgers in the back, and then Megatron is in the middle. That's what Megatron looks like now. They look so different, guys. I'll try to get like updated pictures of them. They look so different from the last time you guys have seen them. And then and then Smoke is the one that's kind of blurry closest to the camera. Burger's head is gonna be black. She's gonna have a black head, which is like really, really dark gray. I thought she would have an orange head, but she has a really dark gray, like black head coming in. But yeah, that was Megatron in the middle. I know you guys love Megatron. I'm trying to figure out who are men and who are women, but Megatron was originally going to leave. But I think a couple of them that I thought were girls are boys. So Megatron might be staying now. I don't know yet though. It's still kind of hard to tell who's a man and who's a woman. Because they're all growing their combs now. Like, Cuthbert is absolutely a man. 100%. When do chickens... Okay. When do chickens grow their combs? Typically, you begin developing combs and wattles around 4 weeks old. Those vary between breeds. Female chicks or pullets may not show significant comb or wattle development until they're closer to laying eggs. Usually around 6 months of age. Well, if that's the case, they're all males. But really, the only one that has like a for sure red huge comb right now is Cuthbert. So either Cuthbert's the only man, or I don't know. We just gotta listen for crowing. I'm not like in a rush to like separate them and get them all where they need to be, but it would be nice to have more space for them in the coop because they do be shitting everywhere. up the walls, as you can see. But what we are going to do, I know an ad just went through. I have to go to the bathroom and get more waba. Man, that would be terrible RNG. I mean, like, I'm not gonna put it the way my luck is. I wouldn't put it past the world, you know. But I'm gonna go get some more wawa and more coffee and maybe a small snack, and then we will get Rogue Trader set up. So you guys just hang tight. And I will be back in a moment. Maybe. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Be right back. I do not. Okay. Here we go. Hi. All right. Let me get set up. I walked up the stairs, so naturally I'm having a hard time breathing right now, which is really cool. We're gonna ignore the fact that I had a donut in my face. All right. The game should start. Guys, do you think we're gonna get through chapter 1 today? For those who know. Just out of curiosity. I'm just curious what you guys think. What kind of nut? It's a glazer from Quick Trip. Alright, we're gonna do one of these numbers. One of these numbers. Alright, and then we can turn off the happy dappy music. Because we're going to the grim dark world of the 40,000th year of mankind. If you clean up the Navis Nobilite level quick. Okay. Oh wait. Yeah, swap. Rogue. Trader. Nice. Jesus, at this rate, I'm gonna be one of the top streamers in the Rogue Trader category. Oh, which might happen. I don't know. I don't know either. Depends if there's anything silly that happens during the boss battle, which I'm sure there will be.
We are bound by the
oh shit, no wait. Oh my god. Okay, where am I now? I have to reorient myself with the map. Oh, there's so much loot though. Take it. Mutant traitor. Oh, let's talk to him. Hello, servant. Mumbles incoherently. All right. Bet. Dang, not sending Abelard? That's weird. All right. So
sometimes you consult the appropriate treatise on Tactica Imperialis and every step. Sometimes, though, you just fire your biggest cannon and save the day.
I didn't touch anything. Abelard just started talking on his own. I don't know what happened. I didn't select him.
Did you want something?
That was weird. He knew I was talking about him. He knew what was up. He was like, dang, she talking
Let
shit.
the faith guide my path to glory.
Yeah, the path to glory. What is that? Navigator flesh sample growth. Flesh sample with fragments of scales and rudimentary webbed fingers. Gross.
Fleet and the von Valancius dynasty are bound by a series of mutually beneficial agreements. This unit is pleased to foster a productive connection based on our joint efforts in heretic eradication.
Pascal's so cool. Okay, wait.
Your presence among us is a supreme blessing. It is a sign of the Omnissiah's benevolence toward the von Valancius dynasty, for he has sent us his own shepherd.
1,000 heretics were burning alive, begging and sobbing and howling.
Please stop, sister. I'm begging you. Uh-oh. Okay, yes, backspace does in fact select everybody. I'm really worried I'm gonna like burn. Okay, we're not gonna get all melty.
An expected result.
There's a tat puzzle that is a pain coming up. Oh, good. We love puzzles that are a pain. Yeah, get those goods. Gloves.
Know your duty.
Can I not get out that way? No, right. Oh, okay, that's the only way I haven't been then, I guess. But there's no doors. I have been this way. Everything's blocked. Oh, except for maybe this. Maybe the door. Maybe I should go to the open door, maybe? It's a reading comprehension and moon logic puzzle. Oh, great. 2 things I'm amazing at. Locked. Every door is secured by a sophisticated mechanical lock. Wait. There must be a way to unlock it somewhere else. Okay. Okay. I can comprehend reading. Let's talk to this guy. I don't think they're gonna give me.
Stay faithful, and you will be rewarded.
All right. Okay. Okay. Where'd the reading at, though? Do I have to go back? These are when these games make me feel really stupid, because I feel like I should see, obviously, what I'm supposed to be doing, but I can never... No, you're not there yet? Okay, but where do I go now? Oh my god, thank god. Okay, they told me what that button was in the beginning, but I couldn't, for the life of me, remember it. Wait, what? Well, I'm chewing, I'm sorry. I'll read it, don't worry. I literally just dumped water all over my lap. Okay. Oh my god. Tremendous honor! Yes, but this promotion will transfer the entire squad to the child's personal guard. By the Emperor! Well, you are a strapping lad. You'll probably make it for a cycle or 3. As worn down better men than me. What even is the point if your brain's turned into mush? I may rip out my eyes like the Amos did. At best, I will just go bonkers like the little shit stain that kept stealing our EO. Oh, what happened to that one? Threw himself out of a depressurized chamber because some voices told him to. Calm down. Keeper Felix said the squad will not have to serve the child for long. He even gave us a little leeway. Oop. Unlike that fisheye. Be quiet. He might hear you. How do I scroll down? Well, you know what I mean. He almost busted our heads. Alright, maybe if we collect it all and then look at it. How do I scroll down? Please let me read the rest of it! Alright, or not. That's cool. Alright. Library is full of treatises by the most distinguished scholars of the Imperium, from Astra Militarium technicians to Adeptus Mechanicus janitors. Oh, it's a book. Either right click or double clicking in the inventory or on the splash screen. Wait. Yay! Okay. A good major domo attempts to nurture only the finest of flowers in the garden that is their master's life. Therefore, new seeds for the garden must be weeded out with the utmost care, so that the garden's trees may yield the sweetest fruit. The lessons below will help you separate the precious seeds from the vile thorns to cultivate the perfect garden for any lady navigator. Lesson 1. A faithful servant always makes sure their mistress's room and garments are clean. Lesson 2. A faithful servant will never offer their mistress the same dress presented earlier in the cycle. Lesson 3. A faithful servant offers their mistress a glass of fresh water upon waking. Lesson 4. A faithful servant tastes each dish and every drink before serving it to their mistress. Lesson 5. A faithful servant will have mastered the art of styling their mistress's hair. The total time that 5 servants can spend on arranging their mistress's coiffure should not exceed the 3 revolutions of the chronometer. Lesson 6. A faithful servant lives for their mistress and gladly gives their life for her as well. Lesson 7. A faithful servant. ... Put it here. Alright, I already talked to that servant.
I rise above hardships.
23rd year of the millennium. Okay. Oh, there's something purple. Run! Who's that? Abelard, run, Abelard! Oh. Oh, grenade. Okay. Mutant trader. If I pick up all these books. Yeah, I think we should have not. Oh, okay. Damn, they seppuku themselves, dude. Oh, another thing to leap over.
Compared to naval service, that was barely a challenge.
Yeah, Abelard, Flex bodyguard. Oh, is this where I started? This is where I started. I'm gonna talk to Felic. I don't know if that's gonna fix it, but... Alright, each minute may cost the mistress her life. I mean, I know. But... what do we do? I'm stuck.
Nothing's impossible for this old officer.
Like, we killed everybody, right? This is the next door. And we got everything in here. I guess not everything. But like it all just seems like it's loot and nothing else. I'm sure there's something really dumb. Alright, they said it's locked from the other side. Let's go this way. I feel like we went this way and it was blocked though. Unless I totally missed something. Which is possible.
Let us walk this path to the end.
There it is. Techies. There it is. I did completely miss something. It's dork. Alright. More dead peepers. Oh no! I even saw them. Protect the child. Ooh. Oh. Was that me? Did I do that? Abelard do that?
My success is an irrefutable
Deep cut extends across the mutant's throat, and a holy aquila has been carved into their forehead. Traitors are often executed in this way. Oof. Okay, hold on. The data crypt carries a half-effaced inscription. H41. Okay. Hi. Okay. All right. Keeper Theobald graciously agreed to provide samples of his skin growth so we could study the influence of the rebellious immaterium on the flesh of the Navis Nobilite. Just as we thought, navigators are positively resistant to the restless currents of the warp. The God Emperor truly does shield some of some people against corruption and misery. But let us get back to the study of mortal flesh. Another servant will be carried in shortly. I must ready the organ extraction equipment. Oh my god. Adamantine dust and black water. This was the worst idea I could have entered into my mind. God Emperor be praised. I'm lucky to still have my head on my shoulders after this reckless experiment. Nevertheless, we did make an important discovery. The adamantine seems to protect the frail flesh of the lowborn to a degree. Having said that, not even the macerator can handle its temper, so we should probably introduce a more complex compound into the formula. All of the data related to the experiment were recorded to the data crypt K040H. Koa. I will get back to them later once I'm done with the experiment. Hi, okay. Koa-o. Have I mentioned that the chunk of meteorite found by Keeper Felix subjects are completely useless, although the shining granules could be used to make new paints for the child? Yes, I think I'm going to do exactly that. Oh no. Keep the duck. Keep the book. It's a pizza punch. I keep the book. Pizza. It's a pizza punch. Alright, let's open this door. Oh, there's another door here. Is this where we came from? Oh my god. Alright. This game just got so much easier now that I knew I could find the doors so quickly. Alright. Ooh. Computers. Awaken the Cognator. You know you know who's gonna do that? Me? What? No. Pascal, not me. The Cognator's vid screen is covered in cracks and stained with dry blood. The buttons, switches, and levers were ripped out of the control panel with exceptional cruelty and scattered around the sacred mechanism that now sparks and hisses in agony, still refusing to perish. The Tech Priest Vox systems emit a binartic trill, and his mechadendrites start furiously lashing at the air. I am recording blasphemy. The person found guilty of such cruelty to the noble mechanism must be sentenced to immediate destruction. Awaken the Cognator. You turn a few of the remaining dials and pull the activation lever. The cracked vid screen of the sacred engine flickers. The Cognator insides emit creaks and groans, and the lumens oscillate at random. It takes a while, but eventually the machine spirits do grant you access to the Cognator system. Examine the log. Switch the main chamber controls. Main elevator. A few manipulations with the switches make you realize the elevator to the upper chamber is blocked. Activate it. Processing query. Confirmed. Yeah, we did it. The vid screen blinks and the mechanisms in the machine core emit a quiet hum. Examine the log. The archive data stored in the Cognator's local data crypt is partially corrupted, but you still manage to access the residual logs for examination. View Vox report. Examine the recent entries for the incident log. Examine the station's docking log. Examine security and life support logs. Ooh. Cog Incognator sounds like cog. Like cogent. The yellow light. The yellow lights above the control panel flicker to life, and a singular repeating message streams down the vid screen. Bro, she can't pronounce that either. You guys wanted me to play this. Warning! Damage in technical compartments A12, B3, D8, and H24 detected. Warning! Living quarters L10, L16, L28 depressurized. Warning! Unable to access the station's docking system. Warning! Energy regulation system unknown error. The station will transfer over to emergency power. Immediate evacuation of the facility is advised. Warning! Pascal casts a brief glance at the vid screen and speaks dryly. The imminent demise of this void station is affirmed that the damage to its core infrastructure has reached critical mass, at which point further degradation has commenced. and a cascading configuration. I'm not making fun of you, I've just given up. Ah, so many broken spirits in chat. You love to see it. Alright. Let's view the Vox report. The Vox recording hisses for some time before you hear a voice. This is Officer A284. Do you copy? Several generators overheated in the lower levels. Chambers A to D are unpowered. The tech priest crew sent to investigate the problem is not responding. Requesting back. The officer's speech is interrupted by shouting, and the recording abruptly ends. Officer H123 speaking. 200 servants have perished due to explosive decompression in the living quarters. We've located traces of mechanical interference. No, it's doing so good. The preliminary cause is officer sabotage. Crew 5, 6, and 9 are cut off from the main compartment. We have enough oxygen for 20 minutes. May the Emperor save our souls. Senior station officers, this is the captain speaking. We've attempted to contact the Winterscale Scion for help, but something is jamming the signal. We never received a reply and cannot be sure it was even sent in the first place. A rescue team is not coming. We are on our own, so remain vigilant. Anyone could be a traitor. You hear me? Anyone. If you are in doubt, shoot to kill. I mean, 40K has some weird-ass words in it that I don't know how to pronounce, but cognator, that one's easy to pronounce correctly. I'm pronouncing it. Following Vox recordings are too badly distorted to make even a single word. They haven't recent entries in the incident log. Report X-880 originator classified. Date classified. The servants close to the child have started butchering one another again. An order came from above to have the remains reprocessed. Report X-886 originator classified. Date classified. The negotiations with the Winterscales were a success. A new batch of servants will arrive in 10 moons. Escort them to the laboratory at once. It is imperative that we increase the new retainer's resistance to the child's powers. The Lord Captain has renamed it. You're right, I am the Lord Captain. Whatever I say goes. It's not cogitator, it's coginator now. And you all have to listen to me or I'll shoot you. In the game, not in real life. I'm not threatening anyone, Twitch. It's a game. Ooh woo. Report X891 originator classified. Date classified. Data expunged. So she can pronounce it right. Oh, no, I hit the wrong one. Hold on. Okay, examination stalking log. The log is almost completely corrupted, but you managed to recover the latest entry. Identity confirmed. Regent Aranto Orselio. Date visited classified. Reason for visit classified. Date of departure classified. View the encrypted data. Data! Data! Get me a pony, data! Something buzzes in the cognator's metallic gut. Several red lumens light up above the vid screen. Required access level, security captain or above. Current access level, senior security officer. Bitch, I'm a Lord Captain. Tech use 55. Break through the machine guardian's defenses. Let's do it. YOLO. I don't think I've ever not succeeded yet. Have I? I don't think so. You easily bypass the restrictions imposed on the sacred machine. The cognator's overload processors were unhappily. Most of the encrypted data has been wiped. You find traces of the purge protocol. Recovery is impossible, but a list of the most recent commands having been embedded in the machine spirit's consciousness now flits across the screen in a single creeping line. Child, delete picked flow, disable access code, annual station controls, delete active shuttle, self-destruct, purge command log. The child. Exploring the archives for a while longer yields a surviving excerpt from the guard captain's Report mentioning that the security system has recently been reconfigured without his knowledge. His comment reads, only the keepers of the station have access to the life support systems, but Keeper Theobald had not left the child's side, and neither had I. Could it be that? ... Alright. Switch to the main chamber controls. The cogs within the sacred mechanism slowly start turning with heavy grinding and clacking. The tired machine's spirit grant you access to the station control, or at least the parts that will still obey the cognator. Open doors on the level. The cognator's vid screen goes dark, as if the machine spirit has fled their mechanical casket, but your assumption is incorrect, as it fills the static just a few moments later. You can barely make out an inscription amidst the flow of rapidly changing symbols. Warning! Data corrupted! Processing, error! Insert dial-up noises here. Is required. Pascal's Vox systems emit a Binhartic trill. The spirits of this sacred machine require special purification rituals in order to restore utilization of the lingua more familiar to the citizens of the Imperium, requesting access to the device. Can you cut that audio and make it a sound bite? We need a clip! Hold on. I used to have a clip button. Where'd it go? Where'd my clip button go? There you go. I hope that caught it. I had a clip button. Am I done? Alright, go ahead. Let's go, Pascal. Pascal's fingers drum out a resonant crescendo on the control panel as his megadendroids remove the middle cover and the data cord slides into the machine's inner. Gross. The cognator body starts clacking with electrical impulses, and the tech priest nods of satisfaction. A few minutes later, Pascal raises his hands above the machine, chants a brief litany only he can understand, and pushes the surviving stump of one of the levers. My humble prayers have satisfied this machine's requirements. Alright, we want the main hall. The cognator takes a few moments to gather the data from the station's active systems. According to the report, the door has already been opened. Adjacent compartments. You push a few buttons on the control panel, but the system rebels and keeps resetting your commands. According to the data, the compartment you're trying to open is depressurized. Okay. Armory. The vid screen lights up with a smattering of unfamiliar green symbols, and you hear a peculiar click from somewhere behind you. It appears one of the doors in the chamber has opened. Let's see. Quest data on the station's navigators. After a brief pause, the data appears on the vid screen. Felic Orselio, location main hall, status alive. Theobald Orselio, location upper chambers, status alive. Calamira Orselio, location upper chambers, status deceased. Alexius Orselio, location lower level, status deceased. Rasmus Estevan Orselio, location unknown, status deceased. Dang, so it's just Theobald and Felic? Well, child location. Upper chambers, biometric parameters, rapid heartbeat, elevated body temperature, stress levels exceeds the permissible limit. Status, unknown error. Attention, calming procedures advised. Attention, upper chambers inaccessible. Error, the control rod is not present. If the rod has been misplaced, immediately contact station keeper or the Navis Laboratorium custodian. Alright. You thank the machine spirit and reset the operating protocol. Okay, so we gotta go up. But the elevator should be working now, right? Okay.
Operation.
Ooh, yeah, take all that stuff. You also unlock that locked door. Oh, heck yeah, let's go. Your trophies were packed as cargo. Alright, let's go back. Let's go back, chat.
With each step, I forge my destiny among the stars.
Why? Oh, why? Too many voices, I can't, wait. Oh, that's not good. Okay. Oh no. The heavy door is secured by a sophisticated mechanical lock. Joey, you said I unlocked it. Is that the one that is depressurized?
We shall reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Oh, never mind. I thought you did. Alright, let's go back here. I don't know if I can... Can I redo it? I can, okay. Awaken the cogitator. Main chamber controls. Open all the doors. Passage has been opened. Guard room. Laboratory. Aha! Aha! It's a laboratory! Oh, that's... I don't know if I want to go in there. Alright, let's go back, kids. Let's go check out the labs. Nothing good happens in labs. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you guys. This is where the run begins. What is that? Oh, okay. I'm like, what do you mean run?
Let the faith guide my path to glory.
Yeah. Oh lord. Oh lord, there's something oopy goopy over there. There's oopy goopy, I saw it. Synthetic amniotic fluid pools across the floor, barely discernible traces stretch from the side. Ew, what do you mean amniotic fluid? Are we gonna have to fight babies? Flesh sample. Oh no, we're gonna have to fight mutant babies, aren't we? Gross. There's another one over here. Ooh, Blackwater. Purified sample of the ocean world. Hissing foul spelling liquid and then a vicious translucent subject. Biogel. There's a lot over here. Jeez. Oh, it's Coho! Alright. The caustic stench of regions sears your nostrils and broken glass crunches underfoot. Somebody wanted to destroy the laboratory or find something. I snuck off and now we're back. Did she bake? No, but in the same idea, we are going to be dealing with mutant babies. So it's kind of the same, right? Oh boy. This is gonna get stupid. I can feel it. Transducer. Oh my gosh, there's a lot here. Bonk.
I need to look closer.
All right. I'm assuming I'm remaking the control rod. Restart the elevator, return to Fleek. Oh, I'm supposed to return to Felic, but what if I did this instead? Okay. Goods. Laboratory journal. Experimental section. The child's influence on the psycho-emotional state of various representatives of the Imperium. Access level or Cello T prime. Experiment H45405-1. Subgroup. Low-born male. Test subjects exhibit signs of acute stress. The majority perished of blood loss within a day of being placed in the laboratory chamber due to the inability to halt the discharge of ocular secretions and the body's subsequent replacement of these secretions with the connective tissue of its internal environment. The individuals with the greatest resistance to the sacred child's resonance died several chronoturns later. Extensive wounds in the abdomen, presumably inflicted by a jagged piece of metal. Death was caused by strangulation with the subject's own intestines. The subject's final shouts exhibited concerns over abominable tentacles and voidworms, hallucinations prescribed to their own internal organs. Hi, Zoominator. Welcome. We're playing with guts. Experiment H4545-2, subgroup, lowborn female. The test subjects died within an hour of entering the laboratory adjacent to the child's chambers. Most had their tongues bitten off or their jaws badly dislocated. Some test subjects lacked the physical strength to separate it from the rest of the skull. Cause of death, severe head injuries caused by impacting the walls or the floor. Hi, Fatoris. They strangled themselves with their guts or alternatively cried blood to death. Yay! This is so fun! Experiment H4545-3, subgroup, a paralyzed patient who lost the ability to speak due to the shock caused by manufacturing accident. Male. The test subject noted a tingling sensation in the deteriorated tissue. During the region... During Regent Aranto Orselio's visit to the child, the test subject smiled and started humming, most likely trying to carry some plebeian tune, and then attempted to address the servant who brought him food. A lengthy conversation was prohibitive due to the servant's lack of tongue. Speaking of fighting babies, has anyone told V about Damon Kulaba? No? Experiment H4545-4, subgroup, a defective offspring of Lord P. Orselio, pronounced unfit for studying the high art of navigation, owing to the mutation of tissues required for installation of the obligatory augmentations that merge one's consciousness with the vessel. Additionally, they display an overall feebleness of mind. Female. Dang. The test subjects mirrored the child's actions for 3 days. On the 4th day, the child became upset after hearing the news about the untimely demise of Amos Cantarelli, an officer of her personal guard. As a result, one of the test subjects peeled away several layers of tissue from her face and died from the resulting massive heart attack. The last surviving test subject was executed for attempting to contact the child. Bruh. Just absolute bruh. Okay. Data crypt connector. Let's do this one. I have... This one is Navigator flesh sample. I feel like I'm making like oobleck. You know, where you just like mix shit together? He just said woman moment. Let's do the ocean world. And then Regent flask. I don't have a Regent flask. V, read that book again. Which book? Hold on, I don't have a Regent flask. The first one? Oh, the adamantine. Okay. This one? Or this one? The one I told you to keep. That's implying that I remember which one you were talking about. One that talks about the stuff in your inventory now. Okay, adamantine dust and black water. I don't have black water.
We are bound by the blood of martyrs.
I feel like I'm making chat super nervous. What is this book? Okay. Hold on, we're gonna read this one. More and more servants are being influenced by the immaterium. Oh, this is the puzzle! Okay, oh, Jesus. Emperor, help us all. Okay. More and more servants are being influenced by the immaterium, and it has nothing to do with the child's more frequent tantrums. We've discovered that the corrupted flesh of the mutated reacts most unusually to the crystals we purchased from the Winterscale dynasty. I strongly recommend finally grinding the reagent into catalyst to catalyze the reaction. Do not use acid under any circumstance. Okay, acid bad, chat. Acid bad. No acid. Okay. Trust me, you will not like having to tend to the burns for the next dozen turns in a row. This calls for something more basic. Oh, and one more thing. The tech priest blessed the data crypt. Hi, okay. For the calculated number of chronoturns, which means it is no longer necessary to remain near the device while waiting for the reaction to start. The data crypt, hey-o, KO, malfunctioned over the course of the research. I should remind the technomats to deliver the sacred mechanism to Magos Dictoris' capable hands. Okay, so we want to use hi okay. Hold on. We want to use hi okay, because that one's not corrupted. We don't use acid. Acid bad. I still don't have regent. And then Blackwater. Okay, well that explains why I don't have Blackwater. Okay. Didn't I put something in there? Crystal dust. Is that supposed to be the region? Okay, hold on. I feel like... Oh, I never grabbed it. Okay, hold on. God, truly does shield some... Okay. Adamantine dust. That was crystal dust. That's not adamantine dust. Done with high okay. It's useless. Can I make this into dust?
Let us walk this path.
Oh Jesus, that scared me. I got everything out of here, I think. Yes, you can. How? Can I like... Oh, I have a control rod. Why don't I just use that control rod?
With each step, I forge
There's
my
a machine that
destiny
crushes
among
in
the
the
stars.
lab. Activate the device. Transducer. I'm in the lab. This is the amniotic fluid. Can I get down there? AU, any crushers down there? I don't know, Joey. I don't know. I don't see any crushers. The transducer? Oh. Wait, what? Oh! Oh! I understand what happened now. Okay, so we have adamantine dust now. Okay, I understand what happened now. Sorry. Wait, how do I get the other stuff out now? It just... Can I not get the other stuff out now? Oh no. Wait. What? Am I feel like I just soft locked myself. Okay. Well, now what? Did I just soft lock myself? Well, now it's broke. Is that it then? Do I just leave? I have a control rod. Like, I have this one. If only I saved. Time is it? Yeah, it's not the control rod. You get a different item. Oh. It did not save. Well, there's nothing I can do now, I suppose.
The divine watches over us.
I didn't know a transducer was things that crushed stuff.
An expected result.
Alright, well... we have the elevator open. You dealt with the threat and powered the elevator. Well done. I trust you brought the activation rod as well. Remember, every second the hesitation costs Mistress her life. The crossroads. There are two paths, both stained with blood, both leading to a cursed eye. They all wear masks so poor and flimsy. They fall at the slightest touch. One hiding a blind man, the other a traitor. My whispers are giggling nastily. They will not speak the naughty little things. They say that tearing off the mask is your concern. Thank you. Everything is clear now. Idra nods tiredly and glances at Felix out of the corner of her eye. Oh. The station has enough problems without your sorcery, psyker. Are navigators technically psychers? There's darkness swirling in Felix Arcelio's bottomless eyes as he bares his sharp teeth as a defensive snarl. Care to explain yourself, scion of the Von Valencia's dynasty? What is the meaning of this? Who is the child mentioned in the documents and reports found in the station? The madmen I fought were convinced that we were the traitors. Servants alone cannot be blamed for what happened to the station. Most corpses I discover are either unarmed or feeble. You meddled with something that should have been left alone. The keeper folds his arms and shakes his head disapprovingly. The child is what the station servants call Lady Cassia. For the commoners, dirty mouths must not sully her name by uttering it. You see, it is not beneficial for all servants to have their vocal organs altered. Some prove to be more useful when they are able to speak. The madmen I fought were convinced that they were traitors. Felix gives an indifferent shrug. That's why they are insane. Will you really heed the ramblings of retainers who dare to raise their hand against the scions of a noble bloodline? Servants alone cannot be blamed. The warp corrupt not only the soul, just as much as the body and mind. Mad and furious, a single servant wielded more strength than an entire squad of the mistress's personal guards. The bodyguards had their minds fogged as well, but their honed will let them hold out just long enough to destroy those who rushed in to assault them with bare hands. Destroying the shuttle, shutting off the power, disabling the security systems. Too many things required special access. Access available only to the keeper of the station. As I'm sure you are aware, there were two keepers of the station. Your guess is absolutely correct. Theobald Arcelio, the demented old man obsessed with Lady Cassia and her new power. And also the one to blame for the woes that have befallen Urax 5 and our noble line. I listened to the recording of a private conversation between the station's officers. You're very lenient toward them, purposefully neglecting their security protocols. So the security captain's report, only keepers have access to the station systems, but Theobald stayed at his side the entire time and could not have initiated the self-destruct protocol. Which means he did it before the report was filed! Or maybe after! Or Felix's stern face twists in disgust. You dare suspect me of what happened? The one who's going out of his way to preserve what little there is left? By the God Emperor, you will keep these slanderous accusations to yourself. Yeah, you were lenient on security protocols. I was lenient, that is true. And in the end, I paid a steep price for it. Just look at the destruction around us. The insurgents have left almost nothing but my home. The keeper spits out the last few words with peculiar bitterness. I cannot trust you as far as I could throw you. Really, it's time to end this. Felix squares his shoulders and gestures to the guards. I was hoping to find an ally in you, but now you are merely delaying the sorrowful end of your story. Prepare to die. Oh no. Oh no, I'm right there! Oh why am I kneeling? Alright. Okay, wait, where are all the bad guys? Okay, 1, 2, 3. I feel like we can take these guys. 3. There's not that many. Alright, we're gonna put Heinrix up front. Right here. Yeah, you can go there. Abelard, my boy. You can also go up front. You, ma'am, can you go back here? Oh, okay. Right. I'm gonna put you back here. Back here. You can be a snipper rifle. You also bonky boy. You can go up here. No, you go right here. Yeah, guard the nerds. All right, start the battle. All right, Heinrix, kick his ass. Heinrix, charge.
For the throne's glory.
Kick his ass, Heinrix.
I won't object. Nothing stands against me.
We'll just kill him right off the bat.
Lord Captain.
Oh Lord, her sword's out. Oh Lord. Right, I don't think I can do anything else. All allies in a circle within 5 game will resolve until the end of combat. Additional. Fuck it, why not? Yeah. Oh, sorry, my bad.
I won't object to it.
Oh god, I thought he made the ceiling fall off. Okay, Abelard. Fuck his nuts. I mean, what?
I'm not interested.
Oh, okay, wait, hold on. If we move you here,
Follow my lead.
then you can charge.
It will be done.
Yeah, and I'm figuring out how to play this game.
Reduced to dust.
Reduced to dust.
At your beck and call.
Yeah, we'll put the 2 tanky boys at the front. Tanky boy. Yeah! Yeah! Let's go!
My faith strengthens me.
Oh man, I didn't even see those guys. How's the warp? Our warp isn't even existing. You know what that means, guys? We chain lightning. Ah! Okay, hold on. We move here. Now we chain lightning. Ah! Yeah, let's go. Okay. No, then I hit myself. This is the worst. Okay, we shout then.
On it.
Yow! Argenta, slap his nuts. Would it be better off using the other gun? Yeah, slap his nuts.
For the weak, eradicated.
Eradicated. Dash. I must not falter. Dang, that messed her up a little bit. Oh. Heinrix, protect me! I accidentally said we were gonna do a booty call. Protect me, man! Damn, Daniel. Alright.
Explorers know one route.
Alright, you have to be able to shoot that guy, though, yeah? Oh my god! Pascal. Please! Hamamenton. Alright, I'm gonna move you back just a little.
I am the chosen weapon that will crush the heathens.
You say that, but like, okay, let's give Abelard.
Power resides in the will of the righteous.
Slap his nuts.
Indeed.
Wait, why didn't you attack him? What? Am I stupid?
At your beck and call.
Why did he not attack?
I will do, Mike.
There we go. I guess that's fine.
At your beck and call.
I don't know why he didn't attack during that charge, but alright,
Actions will speak louder than words.
vigilant.
There's like 3 left. Yeah, Pascal. Oh, there's one over there too. Let's go. Okay, Heinrix. We're gonna move you here.
Everyone, step aside.
And then you're gonna charge this guy. This guy. I changed my mind.
Be gone.
Yeah! Be gone, thought! Alright, alright. We're doing numbers, guys.
I've seen worse battles than this in my time.
I'm sure you have.
Victory is imminent.
Man, having Heinrich and Abelard just doesn't feel fair, honestly.
One fewer target.
It just it doesn't feel fair. They're like a 2-man army. Oh boy. Alright, Idra. You know what, Idra, why don't we do some bonking? Yeah?
Cover me.
Girl? Should we do some bonking?
Was that
Yeah,
you?
let's do some big bonking.
Or-
Big bonky hours. We'll give
No
yourself...
can do.
Now you can dodge it. Yeah. Hot stuff.
High momentum.
If I hit this guy.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
Wow, really? 1 HP? That's cute. Okay.
Onward. Moving out.
Yeah! Let's go, Idra! Ayo. Okay, I think the only person left alive is this one over here. So Pascal's not gonna be able to do much.
Activate calculated fury.
That's okay. He can shoot at the... No, we can't even shoot at them. Let's see. Let's give... Oh, I can't.
Rejoice in service.
Rejoice in service. Oh, I can't, because it doesn't give her movement. So there's really no point in me doing anything right now. Alright, Heinrich, again, you can't really do much, but that's okay.
The Emperor is on our side.
We need, what's her nugget?
A tactically sound approach.
I'm gonna move everybody close together in case there's like a second,
Cleanses
Like-
the body.
like what's his nuts just gets up. That would be neat. It wouldn't, just for the record, in case everyone's
What
wondering.
is this foreboding?
Alright, can you shout at him? Yeah, shout that shit. Yeah! Talk to the mistress of the station. I guess we're gonna find out if he was a liar or not. I have a control rod.
My faith is my shield.
This. Do I have to put it like in my hand?
I can't allow myself to do this.
I have the control rod.
I cannot comply.
That is not my destiny.
Okay, hold on. Am I stupid? Aha! Okay. Let's try that. Aha! Alright, guys, here we go. We're going
By
up.
the blood of martyrs.
Hello, Sheriff. How are you? Oh my god. Oh no. They're suffering. They're suffering. Is that us? Oh, dude, she's scary. Like, she's not a child. That's a grown-ass woman. The pale figure with unnaturally long limbs covers her face with her hands, which are deformed with talon-like nails. Her deathly pale face is coated with blood that continually streams from her scarlet, misted eyes. Her spiny gills, slightly hidden under her disheveled hair, would twitch nervously at your approach. Our eyes are glowing. Only now do you notice the third eye on the young... Oh, only now do you notice the third eye on the young woman's forehead, hidden by a jeweled ornament. And when your eyes meet, you sense an overwhelming, soul-smothering power. Full power has succeeded. You are enveloped in despairing grief, and an invisible hand closes around your throat, cutting off your breath. Your limbs seem to fill with lead, your heart hammers in your chest, and the desire to turn and flee from this room, from this station, almost gets the better of you. At the last moment, you master your emotions and get your will, and your will pushes back against the illusion, forcing it to retreat. Ow, ow, ow! As if my old little pals weren't bad enough, now this one's barging into my head. Somebody stop her! I'm registering abnormal activity in my tear ducts. The salt being produced by my body may negatively affect the performance of my respiratory apparatus. The vulnerability must be rectified. It must be logged. Heresy. Argenta looks at the tall figure with a strange mixture of anger and sadness. Then she lowers her head and her white hair veils her face. I'm gonna try persuasion. Please calm yourself. Let's see if it works, hopefully. Yay! She wearily shakes her head and lets out a drawn-out sound, similar to both a sob and a howl of a small wounded animal. What is happening? Was someone calling my name? Are all the betrayers dead already? And you? Who are you? I'm Vicluxus von Vicluxus Paulus von Berlancius. It is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. You look like you'll do. Pointedly reminds that you, girl, may address me as your ladyship, rogue trader. An unease settles over her face, over her features, and she nods cautiously. Pardon my manners, delicious Polis. I did not expect to make such a gracious acquaintance in such a time of great sorrow for our house. If you could, like, stop zapping everyone's brains while we talk, that would be really neat. I'm just thinking that that might be okay. What is this? I feel faint. Heinrix jerks abruptly as if he intends to dash forward, but someone else is quicker. Who is that? Theobald Orsello, the heavy-set old man who has been kneeling nearby, erupts into low sobs. His eyes, swollen from crying, dart desperately around the room, as though the veil of ignorance has been ripped away from them. The child! Lady Cassio! Where are you? Sacred child! Throne preserve! Despite his vulnerable age, the navigator leaps up and rushes to the young woman's side. You. The old man shifts, revealing his face to you. It's threaded with jet black veins, and his bulging milky eyes bear a striking resemblance to those of a dead fish. A sickly, sweet scent assaults your nostrils, as if the old man's flesh is rotting inside a decaying husk. My eyes fail me, for they are unable to make you out as either an enemy or ally. I'm warning you, one wrong move will bring the wrath of House Orsello down upon your head. Watch out, Lord Captain. This one's so deranged it's making the Whispers shriek like crazy. He might just open that eye of his. Threatening the head of the dynasty is a grave offense, esteemed whoever you are. Oh no. At present, I'm trying to determine what is happening on Uric 5. No, that is what's happening, though. Persuasion test succeeded. I'll grant that you do not look like pirates who have come to coveting the riches of a wrecked station, or like scoundrels in Felix's service. So who are you? Abelard! Introduce us! Her ladyship, rogue trader Vicluxus Polis von Valancius, heir to the greatest protectorate in the Cronus expanse, and bearer of the sacred warrant of trade, extends her greetings. Hey V, remembers how those test subjects all cried so hard they bled out? Yeah? I remember. Another rogue trader in our corner of the galaxy? How interesting. Your kind always makes appearance in desperate times, ready to cut a deal that benefits one side alone. Well, gestures. Gestures. I was assuming she was the one making them cry. Given that you have not so far drawn your weapons, your intentions are probably peaceful, and so House Orsello now asks a service of you. Save the life of the child in exchange for future cooperation. Do not hurry to answer. Think on it. You can make yourself an ally or an enemy of our house today. You decide. What is the... Yeah, give me... Well, now Joey's got me nervous. Yeah, that's it. I'm not backseating or anything. Just chatting. Did I kill the wrong guy? Theobald frowns. Curse, you do not understand the sacred gift given to our child. When the child is sad, we all weep. When the child smiles, we laugh giddily. And if the child wants blood, the world turns crimson. The child's will is the will of the great... Tisiphone, for she is the heir of the House Orsello. They called me dangerous with my witchcraft. What service, you ask me? I want to know what happened between you and Felic. Felic, my wayward student. He came to Urek 5 as a callow youth. I personally mentored him and entrusted him with the care of the child. He was like a son to me. But he proved to be just another traitor. He sought to steal our most precious treasure, the heir of our house, our sacred child, to revel in power with others like him, casting our house into the abyss, to prevent the centuries-long tradition of our family. You can see the fruits of his villainy yourself. He decided he was not bound by his duties to the legacy of the greatest of our novatours, Tisiphone Orsello, who led our house to prosperity for countless years. Foolish boy. The renegades clouded his mind. They sought to seize control of the dynasty before the sacred child had come of age and taken up the Novator's throne. The interrogator looks from the unconscious Cassia to Theobald. I presume this Navis Noble House has reasons for treasuring the child other than uncontrolled outbursts of warp sorcery. What might those be, I wonder? A young, immature navigator who likely hasn't yet completed her training. Theobald interrupts him with an indignant shout. Enough! I will not have you questioning myself or my charges within the dominion of House Orsello. Warhammer. 40k. Rogue trader. Felic accused you of treachery, Theobald. Why should I trust your words? Yeah! Yeah, Felic accused you of treachery. Why should I trust you over the guy I just murdered? Defending myself before strangers, I never thought I would fall so low. The old man looks at the unmoving Cassie and shakes his head in resignation. If the child's life were not at stake, very well, I have no choice. Or proof of my innocence. I can give you my word as a member of the Navis Nobilite, if the honest word of an honorable man counts for anything with you. I guarded the station against calamity and incursions from without to the best of my ability. I forced the wardens to strictly observe security protocols. I personally selected every servant. I faithfully protected the child during the coup. That's true, he did do that. Do not thrust my errors in my face! I'm twice your age, twice as wise. Do you know that, though? Take my advice. Trust no one but yourself and the Emperor. Even those closest to you will betray you for gold, power, or a far-fetched idea of a bright future. You look scary. I just want more information, that's all. The fish eyes look at you with unwavering dignity. You were not supposed to see me, or Felic, or the sacred child. Navigators are highly paid for their loyal services to the Imperium according to his will. No one would dare judge the guides of humanity, chosen by the galactic sovereign himself. That's fair, though. Hope glimmers in the navigator's milky eyes. Save the sacred child. Take her away from the station. I fear I do not have long left. A bluish rivulet trickles down from the old man's chin, and he wipes the mutated blood brusquely away with his sleeve. You glimpse strange burns covering his flesh under his clothing. The slightest movement must be causing him unbearable pain. Save the child and deliver her safely to Regent... Why can't they say Regent Aaron? Arantone, acting head of House Orsello in the Cronus Expanse. Rest assured that the reward will be worth your effort. I know we came here for a navigator, but after everything we've seen, I've got some reservations about this girl. Nah, fuck it, we got a bunch of weird people already. Why not add to it? Argenta looks at Cassia, and a painful furrow appears on her brow. Such a fragile thing with such a heavy burden upon her shoulders. You're talking as though you expect to die here. Theobald shrugs indifferently. My service to the house is coming to an end. The wounds Felic inflicted on my flesh will never heal. I am dying. Praise the Sloan. Slowly enough to see the child is taken care of. I've made my decision. Is that so? Please share your thoughts. Attack. Felic was right. You're a crazy old man. Last thing I need is a monster on my ship. Cassia shall remain here, and you shall serve as navigator on my vessel. Nah, let's take Cassia. We ball. Where'd these guys come from? Good. That is good. The old man nervously licks his lips. But do allow us our proper farewells. Oh god, I'm nervous. I don't know if I killed the right man. Oh, this feels like a trap. Oh shit, he dying.
My mistress, my sacred child. It is all over now. It is over.
Waifu acquired.
What happened? You. I remember you. Have you come to save us?
Child, please, listen to me very carefully. One last time. You will now embark on a voyage with this lady to rejoin the house and its regent in the Coronus Expanse.
Hurry up, old man! You're taking forever!
I will not be able to accompany you on this journey.
No, not you too. Don't leave me alone in this violet-brown haze. You're coming with me. Your mistress is giving you an order. Do you hear me?
Oh no.
Mistress, I fear this will be your only order that I dare to disobey. I am the keeper of Urac 5, and alas, I have less than a day left in me. Allow me to serve you one last time and honor my final duty to House Orselio. I will remain on the station and destroy the secrets it holds.
Oh no.
Oh, Fearbolt.
The crimson tears stain the Lady Navigator's white skin once again, but this time her power does not make everyone weep along with her. I regret that we had to meet on such enough tears. You're coming with me now. Forgive the urgency, but we should leave the station immediately. The systems are unstable. Yeah, probably that one.
But this is my home.
Yeah, and it's blowing up. I'm just saying.
Child, do not be stubborn. Remember your duty to the house.
This is my home, and it's exploding. Please move. Please move your ass.
What are you going to do to me?
If you wish to leave the station alive, you must first sign a contract. You will undertake to serve as my navigator until I release you from obligation. Lady Cassia, I, Valencius Polus, von Valencius, rogue trader of the Imperium of Man, offer you my protection and grant you shelter aboard my vessel. Lady Cassia, let us aid one another. Become my navigator and I shall restore your house or sell you to... Yeah, let's move on.
Do not fear what is to come, child. You are ready to guide any vessel. I know this because I taught you myself. And it is difficult to imagine more worthy company than a rogue trader. But remember, your safety is of paramount importance. Get to the Great Regent and fulfill your destiny.
Accompanying a rogue trader on their travels is an honor for any navigator. Let us go. I can no longer bear the sight of the deathly pale shadows that drape the bodies of the fallen.
Dang. Oh. I gotta scrap somebody. Easy! Easy choice! Leave the station. Alright, let's go. Oh, we should upgrade her. Oh my god. Oh, she's an officer too. Oh, she's just like me, for real, for real. Let's do willpower. Oh man, these are crazy. Okay. Every turn, the navigator gains additional action point. Every odd turn. Ooh, I like that. Blood of Martyrs! Whenever an ally uses heroic act, the ally gains temporary wounds equal to 10%. Ooh, I like that. Let's do willpower again. Who got hot kicked? Guess. Guess. Get back in the fight. Break their ranks. This ability can only target allies who have enemies adjacent to them. Until the start of the officer's next turn, all melee attacks made by the target deal additional Damage equal to 2 multiplied by the number of enemies. Oh, that's cool. And then guide soul. Navigator starts all turns with an extra turn. Oh, with an additional 3 movement points. First ally targeted by the navigator with a single target ability earns. That's gonna make my brain hurt. Whenever the officer targets an ally with an action, the ally's resolve is increased by 1 until the end of the officer's next turn. This effect stacks is prolonged until the end of the officer's turn. Okay. Let's do commerce. Finest hour. Let's see. Target of the finest hour gains additional bonuses during this turn. Deals. All negative effects are immediately removed from the target until the end of the officer's next turn. The target cannot die. Ooh, that's a good one. And then commerce. And then fellowship. It's weird that the navigator gets fellowship, isn't it? Kind of. Armor of Steel or something. Complete. I don't know, it's been like a month since the last episode. Buddha, you okay, buddy? You good? Alright, let us look at the painting. It said if the painting was rendered by several different hands, excuse you. The timid, uncertain lines are interlaced with rough and furious strokes coming together in arcane shapes. Tonight, on bottom gear. We're gonna go back to the ship. To the ship. I hope... I mean, like, I'm sure Argenta's gonna hate her guts. I hope that doesn't happen. Abelard introduces the rogue trader to endear it. Should we find Heinrix again? Should we do that, chat? Should we find him again? Just not try to hook up with him? Just have a conversation! Like a normal person! Heinrix tortures an Eldar who actually doesn't know anything. Evening just recruited a navigator. Yeah, everyone's like waifu, and like the whole beginning of her introduction was like the game describing how messed up she looks, and everyone's like wife. Oh, there she is. Oh my god, that throne's way too big. Lord Captain, Lady Navigator, welcome aboard. The Sanctum Navis has been prepared for the communion ritual, but if the Lady Navigator wishes to rest in her quarters first... Whoa. Your heart starts beating furiously, your breath comes short and choppy, and your fingertips tingle unpleasantly. You notice that Vigdis is shivering slightly, and that the crew are glancing around in puzzlement, searching for the source of the sudden wave of unease. Conversation wink. No. Cassia, without even looking at the Voxmaster, Cassia waves her away. First, I wish to speak with the rogue trader. Leave us. Dang. Of course. Oh yeah, I forgot that's a lady. When you're ready for the ritual, please let me know. Walk away, walk away, walk away, walk. Dang. Okay. Cassia sweeps her pensive gaze over Vigdis, then lowering her lashes slightly turns to you. First, you'll do your duty as a navigator. All other conversations. What do you want? What do you want? After a few seconds of hesitation, Cassia lets out a small exhale and then raises her pointed chin. Just glad they finally fixed her graphics bug. Oh, what was her bug? I want to know. I have not yet thanked you for saving me on the station. My thoughts were clouded with so much mournful ash when Theobald's heart stopped, but you acted honorably and did not exploit me in my wretched position, and for that I am immeasurably grateful. I am the only good person in Warhammer 40k. But now, I'm ready to go to the Sanctum Navis and perform the sacred rite. I require brushes, canvas, and the best paints you have on board, but no red. Now is not the time to indulge in painting. Why do you refuse red paint? It is my habit to use the blood of my attendants, so as to preserve my own. However, given the current circumstances, my own will serve even better. The blood of the Navis Nobilite is sacred, and so is more suitable for the communion ritual. Dang! What does the ritual entail? I want to know. I doubt the uninitiated could understand the mysteries of the navigation, but I shall try to explain the essence of it. I must merge my mind and will with the machine spirit of the ship, so that I become one with the vessel. Cassia lifts a lock of hair from the back of her neck, revealing gilded implant ports. After that, I use the House Orsalio ritual, which I am loath to reveal to you, to free my mind of all errant thoughts, and then it is time to open my third eye and peer into the depths of the warp itself. Among the nightmares, visions, mirages, and creatures of the abyss, only the light of the Emperor is the truth that will lead me from star to star, from system to system. Oh, the light, the guiding thread, so fine it could slip from one's grasp at any moment. Cassie unfurls her hand as though dropping something. But you have nothing to worry about. The navigators of House Orsalio never lose their course. Dang. If you gave her a two-handed rifle, her face would stretch out and eyes bug out. It was weird and took them several patches to finally fix it. Whoa, that's so weird! That's super random and terrifying. Alright. I shall ensure that all the necessary supplies are delivered to the Sanctum Navis. Yeah. Cassia nods in thanks. I shall take my leave for you for the duration of the rite. Ask that you do not follow me. Few can survive the gaze of my warp eye when it is open. Funny. Alright. Oh, she's back. She's like, okay, now that bitch is gone. Lord Captain, I will oversee the open channel between the Lady Navigator and the bridge, and may the Emperor Lights help us all. Got to the point where they started joking in the patch notes how persistent the bug was. Oh my god.
The Voxcaster in the Sanctum Navis picks up the susurration of close, pious chanting and the metallic clicking of implants. Then the serene voice of the Lady Navigator breaks the silence, initiating communion ritual. You hear the exultant ring of metal freed from its scabbard, then the stifled gasp of the Lady Navigator, the rhythmic drip of liquid on canvas, and the faint whisper of a brush. I see violet vortexes lashing an ocean with a million flails, an umber shadow spinning over the surface in a fiery dance, a storm rising above foaming waters, armadas drowning in fog. The path from one end to another cannot be seen. And here, beyond the wall of glass, a daughter forsaken by her father yearns for her brother, and the sun's pale disk goes in tireless pursuit. Of her? No. Of me. Its frozen rays lie that spring is here. The light is deadened. The great ruler is gone. The Vox Master recoils at Cassia's word and accidentally snaps one of the cogitator levers. The panel beneath her finger emits sparks, and the Voxcaster falls silent. She quickly flips a series of switches and bows guiltily. My abject apologies for cutting off the broadcast, Lord Captain. I have never heard the warp speaking through a navigator before. The connection is restored now. It will not happen again. Foxmaster, see to it that you receive 5 lashes for this show of clumsiness. What happened to Cassia? I don't like the Voxmaster. Soul-shredding screams drown out the Vox transmission. The servants in the Sanctum Navis are howling and shrieking like wild beasts, moaning in pain, their throats raw from the strain, and then sudden silence. The dull thud of dropping bodies proclaims their fate. It appears the servants were part of Lady Navigator's rite, as it is for her predecessor. I will arrange for the bodies to be removed from the Sanctum Navis after the ritual, or what is left of them. Rogue Trader, I fear I have unfortunate news. The endless blackness has spread across the canvas, dividing what should be whole in two, and my sight cannot glimpse the light of the Emperor as clearly as before. I cannot turn around. My brush, it only draws me onward. The way is blocked. You hear a heavy exhale, rustling fabric, and metallic clicking. By the Emperor's grace, the ritual was successful. Your vessel's temperament presented a challenge. Its cold steel grip did not allow me to breathe freely even for a second. It was as if the depths of the ship housed not only machine spirits, but something other. Now I will retreat to my chambers to recover my strength. Send for me if you have need of me. Lord Captain, congratulations on acquiring a navigator. Please spare me a few moments of your time, as there are several matters that require your attention. First of all, I wish to report the condition of the station, Urak 5. Regrettably, we arrived too late to evacuate the residents of the station. The warp disruptions affecting Urak 5 twisted the bodies and minds of its attendants. The corruption failed to affect Lady Cassia, thank the Emperor. The navigators are trained to resist the Immaterium's pull. I would also like to remind you that Governor Mendea is still waiting to talk to you in his command center. Why is always business with you, Vigdis? Couldn't you sometimes just visit and tell me how wonderful everything is? What the hell? Who says that? I'm flying out to meet the governor immediately. Prepare the shuttle. I will have business in the system. Inform the governor that he will have to wait. Yeah, make him wait. I hate that guy. As you please, Lord Captain. Back to the ship. Back to the ship. Back to the ship. Leave the station. We did that. Okay. Lord Captain, there is some commotion on the officer's deck. The Lady Navigator has left her quarters and is currently on the wardroom, where uninitiated crew members are shunning her in terror. Perhaps you should find out what has brought Cassia to the deck. I want to talk to Heinrix. Let me talk to Heinrix. I don't want to talk to waifu. I want to talk to Heinrix. Damn it. Bitch, what are you doing out here? You're supposed to be hiding in your little hole.
Lord Captain, my apologies. I did not notice your entrance.
Point the book at Cassia's hands. I see you are fond of reading. Yes, Vigdis is nothing but business. I do wish we had more options to just converse with them. Clip that. If you guys hit exclamation point clip, it will automatically clip it. You guys don't even have to leave the thing. I'm just saying.
Oh, this. I found this fascinating read on one of the shelves. And I must say, it has caught my eye. Its every chapter is written in verse. I find it so beautiful and enrapturing.
Dang.
Urak 5 had a vast archive of its own, of course. Although most of the works within had to do with scholarly disciplines of some sort or another. Only in my sparse moments of respite was I allowed to escape into the pages of more embellished works.
Huh. What events took place in Urak 5 is shaking you so greatly? Are you well? Are you satisfied with your new attendance? I prove an ample time to calm yourself. Yeah.
Your servants are somewhat sluggish when it comes to attending a noblewoman of the Navis nobility.
Dang.
But they are quite tolerable.
It's nobility?
Thank you for your concern.
It's not nobilite? Cassia cringes ever so slightly, adjusts the adornment on her forehead, then awkwardly hides her clawed fingers in the folds of her clothes. The unnatural appearance of navigators often becomes a topic of gossip among lowly servants and officers alike. It's clear that she does not feel comfortable aboard a ship teeming with new people.
One should not underestimate the navigators of House Orselio, Lord Captain. Like a shawl of pale smoke, a faint malaise hangs upon my shoulders. But it will not be the slightest hindrance to my duty to humanity, and my duty to you.
Clearly intended to create a distance between you two. Alright. I hope you had ample time to calm yourself in your powers.
There are people on this ship who are far more impulsive and dangerous to others, and far less devoted to the God Emperor than a herald of the Navis nobility.
Dang, I pissed her off.
But I did not need your words to see the shades of umber unease that whirl around your subjects whenever I am near. Were I not acquainted with such a reaction, I could have found their behavior and your question just now insulting.
Sorry.
Lord Captain, would you kindly explain to me why you are pestering me with these questions? Inquiring about my mood and my needs.
I'm trying to be nice!
An interest in the books I am enjoying.
I'm trying to be nice.
You are behaving as if you possessed a shred of fellow feeling for one such as I.
I'm just trying to be nice.
I beg your pardon, Lord Captain. That was no way for a navigator to conduct herself.
Negative risk. I should ask that you mind what you say. And it's difficult for me to feel empathy for a mutant. However, the crew's well-being hinges on that of its staff care. You have nothing to apologize for. Human emotions are natural, be they good or bad, and it's just as natural to share them with others. How nice do I want to be? Let's be nice. Extra nice.
Please forgive me. I cannot even understand myself right now. Your words and attention have reminded me of life on the station.
Oh no.
Of Theobald and Felek. I do not understand. They were merely the keepers of Urak 5. So why do memories of those two make me feel a strange heaviness here?
You miss them!
At the same time, I find myself overwhelmed with new excitement and anticipation. At last, I have set foot outside my familiar walls, and into a world that I have only seen before in the pages of books. Your ship alone is a treasure trove of remarkable artifacts and curiosities. And just imagine the things that await beyond, but... my delight must seem childish to you, surely. In your heart, you must be finding all this quite amusing. Indeed. I did not know. That is to say, I could not have known, as it is the first time we are speaking in a circumstance.
Oh no, does she like girls?
Private.
Or is she only like guys? Am I flirting?
This place, it was so full of officers.
Someone get Grok. Am I flirting? We need Grok in here. I don't know if I'm flirting or not. Perhaps the people did not wish to disturb you.
Or because my presence offends them. Then I must take my leave as well. I am due to inspect the Sanctum Navis after the communion ritual and prepare the chamber for the upcoming warp jump. Thank you for your company.
I don't know, you tell me. I'm not trying to, but I feel like I did. I'm just trying to be nice. I'm just trying to be nice. I'm just trying to be a nice... Why do people think being nice is flirting? That's not the same thing. Right? 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 Chat? Right? When the clearly marked Riz option avoids your notice. Wait, there was a clearly marked Riz option? Ask Grok. I did ask Grok. Grok didn't respond. You have too much Riz. Oh. Alright, we're gonna hunt down Heinrix, corner him, and then we'll probably wrap up stream afterwards. Cassia is tricky, especially with how poorly she knows herself. If you didn't notice it, then no. Oh my god. Alright. Look at Heinrix. Yeah, let's find that man. Wait, is that him? Oh, he's just sitting in the corner again with a stupid helmet.
You have my complete attention.
Ooh! Oh, there's nothing new! That's it? Just pin him to against a bulkhead? Yeah, we're gonna Kabadon Heinrix. I'm gonna take my leave. Oh, that's sad. There's nothing new. I think I talked to Al a lot earlier.
Lord Captain.
Aw! Lame! If you want to get your fuck on, I guess that's fair. Okay. Well, guys, I have to wrap up because I got stuff I gotta do. I gotta clean the chicken coop because they've been nothing but shitting for the last couple days. It's been raining. I must leave you, chat, to clean up poop. I will save, though. Other than that, yeah. You guys have a good weekend. I will have a schedule out soon. Maybe on Sunday instead of Monday this time. Because I got stuff going on. It's a busy weekend, you know, Memorial Day weekend and all that. But yeah, you guys have a good weekend. I'm gonna be in my Discord, and, you know, and Tweetor and all that stuff. So if you guys want to hang out, that's the place to do it. Other than that, thank you guys so much for coming. Have a great rest of your day and a great weekend, and I will see you next time. Nee-nee.